in the end, it'll be worth it for this video, hopefully. If this turns out shit, you know what, at least I tried. But I just need to get out of Jersey. I just need to get out of the suburbs. Did I get to the points? I did get to 2 points. My 26th birthday, losing my healthcare insurance, being depressed, wanting to unalive myself, the reason why I went to a hotel room to really reconfigure everything, and why is the lighting? European vibes. It's like so cold out. I'm carrying such heavy things, but oh my gosh, we're here! Yay! This feels like a dumbass decision, but it's really not. But I'll explain my whole story. Gave me some complimentary vegan bonbons. Where's the lights? How do I turn the lights on? Lights, okay. Okay. Just catch the fit. I'm gonna change though, and I'm actually talking in this vlog, like actually doing the sit down talk stuff. Ooh. Okay. Clearly I haven't vlogged in a very long time, but this is one to be a talky type vlog, but I gotta stop rambling. I don't know if I'll even include this part into it, but let's go, I guess, quickly. We're gonna quickly go tour this little nice hotel. Okay, so here I love how the bathroom is set up. It's like very translucent. You know, I'm from a Latina household when we put plastic bags in there. But yeah, it's nice so far. It's giving like very, again, like European travel. It's very small but cozy. I like this bar cart. This is actually really cute for a sink. I kind of like that. You know what? I actually look good today. I look decent, and I didn't think I looked that good today, but it's not bad. It's not bad for someone who has depression. So that's nice. Mirror is very small again, but I actually don't mind. I actually love this windowsill. I love bay windows. So they said you're gonna overlook the city, you're gonna have a window view. There it is. Penn Station, or closest to it, like a block away. But it's still very nice. Oh, this is nice as well. To my laptop, but this usually happens because it's a really old Mac, and it's happened like in public places, and it's always so inconvenient because I try to go to this city I used to go to the city to just do some work, but I was just going to use this as like LED lights because I had this whole vision for the room, but now I'm just going to use the TV screen and work with what I got. But I'm like struggling to put in this tripod. I'm hoping like people aren't looking at me from across the street in the windows. And also, I hope it's not like, kind of like walls are paper thin, because people can hear me in the other rooms if there are any people here. But yeah, that'd be really funny though. Talking about my tragedies today. Okay, I bring like whole ass stuff that I can't even use. Now, since I can't attach this back together, it's like a waste. But at least it's good to know for future travels. Just things that can be most convenient if I ever get to travel again. Oh God. I just want to show you. So I hate like getting wedgies all the time. So finding clothing all the time is so difficult for me because everything needs to be sized in a different way, which I can't afford to do with like a tailor, or I don't know how to make my own clothing, so it's always such a struggle because I don't have the wardrobe for anything, and it's always like I'm ordering stuff or I'm returning stuff. The mall doesn't really have styles that I'm really into. But with underwears now, like I literally always get wedgies, and I feel like there's such an echo in this room and everyone's hearing me, but there's no one here probably, or anyway. So hopefully you can hear me. I don't have a lavalier. I was gonna buy one, but it was way too cold outside to like walk around. But anyway, so I just want to show you boxer briefs that I got, because a lot of people were talking about like boxer briefs, how they're great like for women, like they don't give you wedgies. So don't judge my body sucking in, but I wanted to show you because so far they're okay. They at first felt like they were rolling up in my pants, but they look really cute. Like they do look really cute. Mafuba. Like they're not bad. Oh, they're not bad. But yeah, that's like how it kind of feels. It feels comfortable, but sometimes it rolls up or bunches inside my pants, and I'm like, damn. I'm still on the hunt for like the perfect boxer briefs, but I might buy these like in like maybe a bigger size than this. I think I don't like the lines here, and it kind of feels like uncomfortable, but I know like that has to be done for the seams to be sewn in and all that jazz, but I feel like I sound so weird because I haven't spoken or done a vlog or talked in such a long time. But the whole point of this is just to show this is the new way of going underwear. For sexy underwear, I don't know anymore because Victoria's Secret, all that jazz, like Aerie, love them, but they just never work for me when it comes to sizing. And just, I don't want to get wedgies. I really hope this is a good vlog. Okay. We get in there. Okay, and then I wanted to drink today to help with the talking part. Not really, because I really did give up on alcohol, or at least getting drunk and stuff. And then when I went to the Cheesecake Factory with my friends, we just got like a light buzz, and I'm like, oh, this would be nice. But usually I experience similar to like Meniere's disease, just like vertigo. I have someone in the family who suffers from it, and the way he describes what he goes through is exactly what I feel like I go through if I drink too much. So I decided to give up on alcohol because it's like bad for you anyway. But here's an exception for today because I don't know, I just want to drink something, and yeah, I don't know. I would have preferred to do weed, but I couldn't get hands on edibles. So yeah, I'm gonna try this out. My friend recommended it, Moscato and pineapple. So I'm going to be drinking this in this lovely, we are happy to serve you, Peter Parker, even though none of us know who you really are. So it's cute. Instead of blue, it's nice magenta type color. So I'm going to drink this and eat probably because I'm so hungry, but I should probably get to the actual setup of this vlog. I'm sorry for the British accent. It may not be the best. It's been a while since I practiced it, but yeah. How's this angle? No. This is why I wish my tripod was working, but I think I'm gonna continue to work on that. The one time I get a hotel in the city and I forget my sex toys. Y'all. Literally a virgin at 26. Okay, see, this is why I wish I was a cinematographer, because of lighting for videos, because you can get the camera down. I know it always depends on the lens, the color grading, the cinematography, but one thing I wish I had learned back when I was in college was cinematography. But I was a film major. Is that too dark? I was a film major for like one semester because I had a male professor that rubbed me the wrong way, and I really wanted to learn cinematography. And everyone used to say like, oh, there's the LED light in the TV, purple. Maybe I'll change it to like a pink. But I remember everyone would say that you would have to learn from an upperclassman. And I'm like, what do you mean I have to learn from an upperclassman? Where's the curriculum for these concentrations though? But I didn't go to the best university, and honestly, I just didn't really vibe with most of the people, even though I really tried to, but it just didn't work out, which is like a blessing in disguise. But the thing is, like, I mean, rejection is protection, but one thing I've always been wanting to learn when I was younger though, not now. I mean, if someone were to like do like a masterclass in person with me, and then I could literally make videos forever with the best cinematography, color grading, and editing and all that, I would just sign me up because I would love that. But that's something I've always been fond of. But I was hoping for this video it would have better lighting, so please be kind to me. This again has been a while since I'm doing like an actual type talkie vlog. I feel like this still isn't even the intro. Like I still haven't like dived in, so it might just be quite random. That's for later. This is from Beyond Sushi, and it's so delicious. It's like a perfect place, they say, because I've been there before by myself at the bar eating, and it's totally fine, introverted stuff. And you just stay on your phone. Sometimes the bartender will talk to you, which I'm like, don't. But then if they're really chill and easy to talk to, then it's a vibe, you know, it's nice. And I do appreciate those times. But they were saying like it's definitely a place to go to with your friends and share like plates with each other. So you get a lot of food and then you share the plates and then you split the bill. So it's more affordable because of course, New York City prices. Beyond Sushi, you've done it again. Honestly, I haven't been in a hotel since 2016 when I studied abroad. So I wasn't sure if I could bring food in the house, in the room. But thankfully my friend said, yes you can. And I said, as long as I have a discreet bag to bring it in, I think it should be okay. Recording, now it's recording. I was just gonna say how kind of awkward it is because it's so quiet in here, but I just have to get used to it. But bottoms up, thank you Manali for this recommendation. This tastes so good. Just trying not to be self-conscious of my appearance at the moment. Okay girl, you look cute, you're gonna change later, but yeah, Moscato, the Villa Giolanda, Moscato and pineapple. So this tastes so good. I usually don't like like alcohol, wines, cocktails, all that jazz. It depends on the flavor because I'm more so for the flavor than the alcohol, but this one actually tastes so good. And this is coming from someone who hates wines. Oh, so good. And I've always, you know what? My mouth is just having a blast. The best food and the best drink right now. So I bought one bottle. I think that would be enough to get kind of buzzed tipsy. So I kind of feel a little bit good and let loose. But it's so quiet in here. It's literally not a big deal. I'm just not used to this. It's been a while. I'm literally here because I'm depressed. Oh, this is so good. This is so sweet and good. It's not too sweet, but it definitely tastes more like the apple than the pineapple. But yeah, I think I found a wine now that people take to a hotel room like here. And they just drink the whole bottle with their friends and it feels nice. So now I have a wine I can bring and buy. I can drink and bring and buy. Let me actually get this video started. Like, this is what I mean. Can someone teach me cinematography? Actually, that's kind of nice. Maybe if I just put it up in the air. I swear, this is so hard. I think that's good. Yeah, let's see. Should I close the window or no? Let's close the window maybe. Damn, honestly, this setup and the lighting is getting me like, horny. What am I doing here? This is good. Just a little more. Just enough to feel like I have tea in my cup. And so we can begin. All right. Hello. Welcome to, what's my channel name? It's been a while. I had a podcast where the magic happens. What's the name of this channel? I think it's Adventure She Craves. It's been a while, but welcome to Adventure She Craves. I guess this is the first adventure in a very, very long time. I don't know if we're currently in a retrograde. I think we're in Venus retrograde. I don't know if we're also in Mercury retrograde, but it would make sense because like the last video I've filmed and posted on this channel was posted during a Mercury retrograde, I think. And it's just seeing me get through it. And it's kind of funny because I guess this is similar where it's seeing me get through it. because it's been a difficult time. I don't think we're in Mercury yet, but we are in Venus, but we could be in Mercury. But all I know is Capricorn is the sun and the moon is in Taurus today. I was gonna light this, but I forgot a lighter. So, happy birthday to me. Like, I don't really know what to do with my life. I turned 26 on Saturday, January 8th. And every year on my birthday, I have this repeated pattern that I thought I broke a year ago or two. And it's basically where I just get so depressed. I get so depressed. And then I just kind of have like, I just remember when I was younger how much it felt every single year to wish to have unalive myself, trigger warning, but you know, unalive myself. And after being depressed this past weekend, I was like, not I would ever follow through with it, but I definitely had those thoughts kind of return to me. Like, if you have mental illness, which many of us do, you understand where I'm coming from. So it's nothing serious where I need like to be called in somewhere as an emergency, but it was just something I kind of submerged myself into because I was just so numb, depressed. And yeah, it was kind of like, happy birthday, you're 26 and you lost your health care, so even more reasons to be depressed. My birthday's in January, so it's not really the best time to like celebrate. Also, we're in a pandemic, one, but two, it's just so cold. Like, I wish I were like in warm weather and just in the sun, you know. I feel like my mental health would be so much better. Not that I haven't had like depression during the summertime, but it does make a difference when you do have access to the beach and warm weather that you can just soak up in and just feel like a complete recharge when the rays of the sun is just like illuminating through your body and you just feel that warmth. And it just feels like what it feels like to be alive. So that's what I really wanted to do, rather than, you know, today like being in a hotel in New York City, but I would have to take a whole plane ride, expensive Airbnbs or hotels. Like, of course this one was expensive, but it was just like a whole commitment I didn't think I'd have time for because of my work schedule. But I was just really depressed and I was like, I can't go back to work. Thank God I wasn't set to schedule on Monday like I usually do on Mondays. So I was like, great, I have a few more days before I go back in on Thursday, Friday, and I just can't go back in without having some sort of time away with myself, because, you know, like, I've been wanting to do YouTube for a very long time, and a lot of the times the excuse would be equipment, and then obviously over the years you learn it's not about the equipment, it's about the content. But for me, it's also been about the environment. So where I live is like in a house full of like family and the walls are thin, and I can never even like send voice notes to friends without feeling like there's a presence around. And life is just like depression, pandemic, capitalism, going to work, feeling numb, monotony, going back home, and dissociating, feeling out of body, just not myself. And I was just like, how can I give myself the creative outlet to enjoy something when I don't even have like the right room, lighting, setting, or anything for that? So I was like, I need to heal myself. I need to get out in some way, because one more day I'm just in the gutter and I can't go back to work feeling this way, or else I'm actually gonna break down at work. And I never break down at work. I usually go to the bathroom if anything, but I was like, I can't return to the workplace knowing that I just would want to quit without having another job again to transition into. And I know that's sometimes a risk that is like the universe saying you should take, but I don't know, it's just like fickle. It's like things could go well one way and not the other way. It's like I could quit my job, but it'd be nice to have another job to transition into, so I don't spend another year like in 2019. It felt like shit spending the whole year just unemployed, or at least not having a consistent job. I did do like fun jobs here and there, like as a production assistant or as like a background actor for some Netflix shows, but it was nothing ever like sustainable, you know, long term or anything like that. So and it's not even like the argument of like, well, you're just starting out in anything that you do. It's like, no, I'm not privileged or connected in the industry like so many people are. Not that there aren't exceptions, there aren't breakthroughs, but it's just like the odds are not in your favor. The odds are not in your favor, love. I'm so sorry. But these are the rules for the Hunger Games. I'm so sorry. You're gonna continue to starve and be a starving artist, which is so true because that is what I am. Low income, POC, white Ecuadorian woman, just like not happy, not having the connections. And I just wanted to do a proper talkie video in a space where I could feel free to talk, feel free to like set up the lighting, actually feel like it looks like a professional or nice looking video. Like, I don't know what I want to do with my life. I really don't. I work in pharmacy now and I do technician work. I used to do COVID testing, and then I would just have CPTSD from customers because I can't do service industry jobs because it's so triggering. It's very dehumanizing. We all have to go through it. When everybody who's a part of the service industry, maybe hopefully if anyone's watching, many of you have had experience in customer service or still are a part of it, but it's just like, I don't know, I can't live another day like this. And I think, and I pray my generation, we have a revolution where we're out on the streets or we don't show up to work, and we're making that happen, because capitalism is just not it. And I just feel bad because people have done it for so many years, and people are going to continue to do it moving forward because it's like what's most accessible as a survival type job, but not enough to be sustainable as a career unless you choose it to be a career. I respect those who do treat it as a career and do love it, but those are people who align with that. Like, that's what they love to do, and that's their career, like hospitality or Christmas service, which is amazing. And they know like the shittiness comes along with that, but they're able to handle it and they still love and enjoy coming to work every day. I'm not excited to go back to work every day. I'm not excited. I'm not happy. I don't feel enjoyment. And I do feel like guilty because, you know, everyone's surrounded around me, like, have to do this for income. Like, same here, I need it for food, shelter, everything. And it sucks because we could barely afford that with our paychecks. And it's kind of like feeling like kind of the traditional cultural sense of like being part of a Latina family and feeling like you're succeeding and feeling bad that everyone else isn't succeeding forward with you. So everyone kind of feels like they're sinking the ship together than being a support system moving forward with each other. So you feel like, I feel this guilt, like if I were to leave, it's kind of like, who am I to leave? I mean, we can leave anyway, but it's like, how are you to leave and not expect you're gonna have another service job like the rest of us? Like, this is where we're at. Obviously, we don't all want to be here. Not saying I'm not supportive or anything, but it just feels bad because, let's say if I did succeed in some sort of way, if I did succeed in some type of way, it's like, I want to see them winning with me. Like, I want to take those who are not happy in those places of work to be taken out and actually enjoy what they want to do. But that's like a long shot. Like, that's like something billionaires should do. Like, they have all the money and they could still continue to be billionaires if they contributed to like world hunger, the poverty that we have in America and globally, like climate change, everything. Like, a lot of things could be resolved. We could have universal healthcare, like literally. And I feel like the universe, like, not the universe, but like this matrix is like, girl, you ain't getting money, because they know you're gonna be giving it out like to everybody, to house everybody, and make sure everyone has groceries, meals, not just surviving, but having enough also to live, because it shouldn't be a luxury to like go to the movies, go to a hotel today. So this was actually a stretch. I had so much anxiety last night. I was like in terror. Like, I felt like there were demons in the room. My body was shaking. It was like actual fight or flight. And I'm like, why am I so anxious, or why am I so terrified to go into a city I've gone to for years? It's like, what the fuck? I just felt like something bad was gonna happen. Or maybe it was that guiltiness, or maybe it was just like feeling like, what's the point? Like, I'm just gonna be in another bed in a different location, feeling just as numb and depressed as I am at home. But it definitely makes a difference. Like, I do feel, it'll feel the same. Like, I do feel like the way I do, as per always, every year on my birthday, or just seasonal depression, or just mental illness in general. But it does make a difference changing the environment, which is why I said earlier, you know, if I had the right environment, you know, privacy, silence, like a walkable city, just like having a space to actually film that makes me feel like independent, free, where I can interact and engage through my videos and have things that are interesting to actually capture on film. And to vlog as well. Like if I had my own apartment, that'd be so lovely, and I could just vlog it at any time rather than not at all, because of how chaotic, noisy, and like house fulfilled, but like how much you know, I can't really speak out loud in my house, you know, make noise and vlog and things like that, without it being so meticulously calculated to like the second, which is why I don't feel the motivation to do it. But if I were told like you have these like film sets or these stage sets to perform on, then I would love to do it. But yeah, so I'm 26. This is my Damon Dominic inspired type vlogs. Like I would love to just travel and vlog in the style and the way he does, of course in my own style and in my own sense of humor. I would have to figure that out for myself, and the editing and everything. This may not be the best, so hopefully you've made it this far in the video and this is good so far, and this is not too long of a video. It probably will be because I'm just talking, and I haven't even like really, you know, got into the real chunk of what I'm really meant to be talking about. But that's just kind of like the long intro epilogue of how I ended up in the hotel room in New York City. So I'm staying at the Moxie Hotel in Times Square. I usually would have gone downtown, but because of COVID, we can't really go anywhere. So it's like, where am I gonna go? The comedy club? Like, I would love that, but COVID's still a thing. So I know it sounds dumb because I'm from Jersey, and it's like, why are you staying at a room in New York City when your house is literally there? And it's just because like, I'm just not happy. Like I'm not happy. I'm not in a healthy environment, and it just is killing me because I'm just taught, you know, someone who's economically disadvantaged, and you know, a lot of POC families are taught to save, and that's kind of just like a game of catch up and trying to save until you can live life outside of that. And I just don't have it in me to do it anymore. I don't have it in me to do a lot of things, which is why like I was just really depressed of my birthday just being a reminder of kind of where I am in my life, who I am, feeling insecure still in my appearance and all that jazz. I do feel like I look a little bit better today. I did my hair and makeup, not the best, but you know, not bad for someone who did it in a quick amount of time. But that's besides the point. I've always wanted a nose job. Hopefully I'll manifest that. I'm into manifestation and astrology, but I definitely kind of fell off from it. But yeah, this is where a lot of like my depressive, unalive thoughts came to. So I was like, I just can't go back to work. I can't spend another day off in my bed, numb, not feeling like I can do anything. Like there's nothing I can create or do or enjoy. So I was like, I can't live another day on this planet like this. I was like, I need to get out. So I found a hotel room. So this is where I am. It was like $137, and I'm here from 4 p.m. today till 1 p.m. tomorrow, and then I'm gonna go take the bus back to Jersey. But for me, it doesn't feel like a waste. It genuinely feels like I'm putting myself in a different setting, a different environment, and let me just see how I respond to it. So far it's positive. I know that wears off because everything just feels numb again. Like it's like, what are you doing though? Like, where are you going? How are you utilizing your time? How are you creating videos and making it watchable for people to come back to, feel entertained or feel like they're enjoying what you're having to say or what you're doing and all this jazz? And have it gotten to the point of all that I was just speaking on in this video? I would hope so, but if not, this is the best with where I am. And I know it's getting darker outside. I don't know if I should increase the lighting. This may not look aesthetically pleasing, but let me just angle it in that way. Yeah. Yeah, and if I were to vlog at home, speaking of that, it's not aesthetically pleasing. It's just so dark. It's just nothing. So this morning I did feel a little bit better after my whole terrified overnighter, just feeling like I was gonna die. Literally like demons everywhere if I came into the hotel room. But I felt better. I knew like this always happens, like self-sabotage, fight or flight, for the simplest things nowadays. And I know a big contribution to that is the pandemic, of course, and of already having like mental illnesses. But I was like, I should not be this terrified. I should not be so, you know, just stunned to not be able to even move, you know? And I was like, I know I'll feel better once head to toe I'm ready to go. And I just step on the bus, and it's just one move after the other. But I was like, pay for the hotel room, wait past midnight, because then you can't get the refund and you will show up tomorrow. You will be in that hotel room tomorrow because your mental health depends on it, your existence depends on it. Because yeah, I would just have, you know, unalive thoughts over and over again. And I was just like, I don't know what I'm gonna do from here. I know I can continue to survive, and I'm grateful for what I have and all that jazz. And again, I hope these walls aren't paper thin, so people are like 911, but I'm okay. It's just, I just kind of wanted to reconfigure with myself, express how shitty turning 26 is in America, because you lose your health care, you lose your insurance, and even though my job offers insurance, I don't make enough paycheck to paycheck to even afford them to take out money from my paycheck for me to utilize that insurance, for that insurance only to be priced at an insane amount I still can't afford out of my paycheck. So it's kind of like a waste, especially if you don't utilize the insurance out of the whole year. So that was like what was really frustrating me, just about thinking about living here anymore. Just like even the unalive stuff sign set to the side. What's the phrase? Unalive stuff set to the side, whatever. But I was like, I just can't do it in America. And I would really love to just like live abroad, like live in Europe, maybe live in Spain and improve my Spanish, because I really want to improve on it. I've gotten better because I do vaccinations, and I have to speak in Spanish to translate and best communicate best I can, even though my Spanish is terrible. It felt so good to be able to communicate and remember to kind of put things into sentences better than so fragmented. See, even in this whole video, I'm self-conscious. Maybe when I watch this back, it won't be as bad, or when I edit it down to be a shorter timed video. This is gonna be a long video, I know that, but I definitely speak in segments. You know, I haven't like had like a proper conversation in like 2 years, except for like with a friend who I like see once in a while. So it's not really a social setting even at work. So it's like, obviously my speech is not that great either. Not saying I've spoken a lot in my life. I've spoken a lot with the right people, but with the wrong people, I probably always sounded like ditzy, segmented. Nobody knows me. They think they do, but never. I just wanted to recollect myself and kind of figure out what I want to do with my life. Because I don't want to die, and I just want to live it. But it's just so inaccessible unless you're rich, privileged, or more privileged than I am, and it just sucks. So yeah, and I'm tired of working in the service industry. I've worked in so many places. I worked in a movie theater, I've worked in Starbucks, a catering agency, I've worked as a production assistant, a background extra, and that's like, it sounds really interesting. You're like, oh my gosh, you were on a Netflix show or a production assistant. It's like, no, these were for like student films, local stuff, background acting, here and there. It's not consistent work. It's not guaranteed to return. It's great experience, of course. I met great people, but not enough where it's like networking, or not enough for it to be consistent. You know, I knew it was always going to be an expiration date behind everything I'd be doing, and I'm tired of living behind an expiration date. So yeah, I worked in the theater department for free in college. I work, like I said, pharmacy, COVID tester, COVID vaccinator. I worked in a bar for 4 days, but they were all misogynistic and homophobic. I've worked on an off-Broadway show for 1 day. And you know, the list goes on, and it sounds intriguing. It sounds like a great resume, but it's nothing that you can work with. Like, it's nothing with qualifications, special skills, technological skills. I can't graphic design anything. I can't edit anything properly. I can't, you know, creatively execute in the ways I wish if I had the skills to. It's kind of just like, I'm just showing up to these things and I'm doing well if you show me and train me, and then I will exceed your expectations once my creative juices start kind of working with the practical, technological needs and actions for the role. So yeah, but you know, I would love to just travel and do what Damon Dominique does. Like, really would love to do talkie videos that are successful. Like, I saw an Emma Chamberlain video because my friend was like, check her out, you know, she's done hotel room talkie type videos, and it's just her like eating blueberries and making breakfast on the floor, and love it, love that for her. But it's like, I feel like when I do it, it just like never hits, or maybe it's just the algorithm, or I'm just down on myself or whatever, and just keep persisting, keep posting. And then when I try to visualize things in my head, I feel like they never come out the way I wish them to. But that could just be the plague of having a film, acting, creative type brain. But what I actually really wanted to do with the room, I really wanted to just decorate it in like birthday decorations all over, like have tassels, balloons all over the floor, on the ceiling. Like, I really wanted it to look like a birthday was about to be celebrated. I wanted to do a whole montage. I'm still gonna dance and sing later, probably for like TikTok footage, but if not, then just for this footage. But I just really, oh my gosh, I was like, where did I place the wine? Because if it's on the bed, it's gonna spill. I just really wanted to decorate the room like it was a film or theater set, but the 99-cent stores weren't so close, and the ones that were did not have any birthday decorations. And I was really, really excited to just dress up a room and feel like I'm on a film set again, or a theater set, and just, you know, creating the set design, the props, just everything. And then I get to be performing in it, and it enhances this video visually, aesthetically, because I'm just submerged in the age of another year, you know? I really wish I could get a solar return reading, but I haven't found anyone yet, because I just want to know how the rest of my year is gonna go. Apparently, from one reading I had last year, I was told that 2022 and 2023 would be very transformative years. My whole identity would change. Me being conscious of my voice after taking a voice class, I hope this sounds good. I hope my voice is good. Again, I didn't buy a lavalier today because Best Buy was further away and it's just cold out. And I don't mind walking like an hour around the city. I could walk all the way up to 80th Street, down to West 4th Street, back and forth like nothing, because I love walkable cities. That's like a dream, socialism. But I was like, a lavalier will just have to wait, and my voice will just have to do while I'm conscious of other people living in this place. Or hopefully not. Maybe I might be the only one in this hotel, which I know isn't true. It does feel like a waste coming from Jersey and spending just a night here, and that's all you're doing, but I know in the end it'll be worth it for this video, hopefully. If this turns out shit, you know what, at least I tried. But I just need to get out of Jersey. I just need to get out of the suburbs, even though I'm not going out into the city. It's sucky. And I definitely think I'm stepping into more of who I am, but at the moment I'm still a badass bitch, but I'm still insecure, but it's okay. Gorgeous, gorgeous girls, you know what they say. This might be the only video I make, to be honest, which hopefully will be the inspiration or the catalyst, the great catalyst to a plentiful of future videos of where I go to my own sets for filming, because, you know, the set is everything. If it's not your house and if it's not giving, then you create your own set from scratch, which 99-cent stores weren't open for me to do. So thankfully I'm utilizing the TV. My laptop doesn't connect properly to Wi-Fi in most places, so I can't use that as an LED from this angle. I have to remember to look into that. And these ghosts were blue. It's supposed to be better for the video. I thought it actually would have a greater effect, and it really hasn't, but boo. Not really. The hallways were really narrow, which was like kind of nice. It kind of gave that
college dorm feel. God, I wish I went to a better college. My college sucked, which is why I didn't pursue and move forward being a film major. Even an acting major, I was a theater studies major. Mind you, I had all the same classes except for like the main acting classes, and I did take acting classes outside of school or the intro ones that were offered in the major, and I fought to be in the film acting class that was only for acting majors, but it was on my my curriculum for graduation, so I was like, what else am I supposed to take? And I literally, like, I'm only here for the film acting classes, and no programs ever had film acting classes. Like, don't get me wrong, I love theater acting, but I wanted more focus on film because that's what I wanted to do, and that's what I was wanting to be more comfortable with. Being in front of a camera, look at me now, not comfortable. Still new, what do I talk about? And then again, I'm off script. Then again, I wasn't great at improv. I took 2 levels of improv and I was terrible. People gassed me up saying, well, you did it though. You did it. I could never do it. So cheers to you, because we watched you. First level, great. Second level, we were cringing in the audiences. And I felt that from my friends who were too nice to say it. But I'm like, no, I know the feelings. I felt it on stage. I know I'm terrible at improv, but I can be great at it when it's not planned. Like, just randomly. It's like when you're funny randomly, but you're not funny when you have to be funny on purpose. But yeah, so what was I talking about? This whole video, people may just say, this girl has ADHD. You know what? Twitter, TikTok, you have diagnosed me, and you have diagnosed me correctly. How would I know? I wouldn't, because I don't have healthcare anymore. So I can't go to a doctor. So thank you for diagnosing me, because I've been struggling this whole time. Maybe excuse me. Oh, you can still see my face. Did I get to the points? I did get to 2 points. My 26th birthday, losing my healthcare insurance, being depressed, wanting to unalive myself, the reason why I went to a hotel room to really reconfigure everything, and why is the lighting? I use cinematography at least just for fun or just as a skill. I gotta learn skills now or pay for classes I can't afford. God. You will just have to see that shine in front of you like the sun that you can now look into, because it won't hurt your eyes. But I'm sorry that it has to be shown into the camera just like that. Also, there's so many TikTok sounds or music that I wish I could incorporate in YouTube videos, like so perfectly to set the mood, set the tone, set the vibes, tell a story like TikTok does, but unfortunately copyright. So if I do sing, I apologize, but YouTube made you listen to me sing as opposed to those TikTok sounds. And I know on TikTok they do remove it if you get monetized for those videos, so that's what sucks too, but it's okay, I guess. Oh my gosh, what am I doing? What am I doing with my life? I'm telling you what I'm doing with my life. The shyness in your eyes. Is there, if someone knocks on my door, I'm gonna scream and they say, like, can you like be quiet? It's like, I'm sorry, I didn't know you could hear me. And I apologize, and I'm gonna cry because I have social anxiety. You can see the light from outside, so that's giving me even more. You're being observed. Like in sex education, you're an actress, bitch. You're supposed to be observed. It's like, bitch, I know. But that's when I consent to it. That's when I am aware of it. Not like when I'm doing every little day-to-day things, which maybe in turn affects my acting. Who knows? I haven't acted in forever. Yeah, do I look good? It's the subconscious. It's the self-conscious. I can just stop. You look great. You are gorgeous. Stop. I hope this isn't me masking in my own video. This whole video of me masking, then me being myself, revealing myself. You know, I do have commitment abandonment issues. Does that tie in? Who knows? Will this footage look good because I'm filming in 4K on my iPhone, but then maybe it will look good in the video editing system and it'll all look blurry? Who knows if this whole trip would have been released, but you know, at least I did it. I think, I know it's cliche to say, but it's kind of like the improv thing. At least you did it, but it's like, no, I did it, but I didn't do it good. I didn't do it well. I'm not leaving this being a great improv performer, so no. I'm not taking the positivity because it's not bringing any positives, leaving it to carry with me moving forward in life while gas exits my esophagus. What's it called? Esophagus. Esophagus. Well, gas leaves the esophagus. That wasn't even gas, it was just like contortion in my chest. Anyway, contortion, bitch. The way I really left my sex toys at home, I really thought I'd really be having those daydreams where, I know everyone has these, like we fantasize before bed. Not everybody, but people daydream, we fantasize before bed, we space out, whatever. And then we imagine like, oh, we're gonna run into a celebrity or have like love-hate relationship, enemies to lovers. I'm gonna go to the Moxie and I'm gonna run into this celebrity or this actor who's not that well known. And then we're just gonna hit it off and it'll just be a one-night stand. We're not gonna take it seriously, but it's gonna be a story. It's gonna be a daydream. Will it become a reality? Who knows? But it's nice to serial crush, to be giddy and daydream in that way. Does it happen? Never. Do you wish it would happen? Always, but it never does. Is that me still masking, or am I just revealing myself? Or do I just have trust issues, which also ties it all in together? Is it all of the above? Am I exposing myself, and that's what I fear to do? Being vulnerable, exposing myself? Of course not. I wanted to be an actress. Do I still want to be an actress? That's the other part of the video. Oh no, my cactus. Still tell myself to stop speaking so downly, am I? Stop being self-conscious. You're truly a lovely girl. I promise you'll be the best in the world. Yes! Oh, this isn't turned dial. Oh my gosh, now I want to perform a whole musical theater number, even though I can't sing. But that's another thing, like I wish I had my own place so that I could take voice lessons online, you know, just to see how I would progress over the years, see if I could be a singer. That's what my inner child would really want, if I could afford life, you know? Hello there, Hollywood. Still another rejection. No, not even an audition, because I can't. I already butchered the accent, I'm so sorry. But I haven't had access to any auditions because the online ones are not for the network shows or films or anything, really, so I still don't have accessibility. So all we really can do is continue to take classes for acting forever and ever, unless we have a network connection through a professor, a mentor, another student, or somebody we run into by chance, because divine timing is what we all are banking on, really. But because of all that, I decided to give up on acting because it's inaccessible. And of course POC, of course it can be an exception, of course Black and POC and Indigenous actors can't make it in the industry because we don't have the possible connections into it unless our own divine timing happens and it finally skyrockets into space and we can finally have a long-lived career. But because you don't make that accessible for us, any of us, and we have to continue to survive and suffer, many of us have quit. And I know that's how you weed out the people in the industry, but you know, you're really losing out on the best people around. And even though some of us do have mental illnesses like social anxieties, all that jazz that may affect our performances, but you know, with a loving environment and encouragement and support, a lot of us would be able to thrive in this profession. So no, I'm not here to do it for fame or celebrity. I want to do it so I can enjoy creating storytelling, what I once loved as a kid. I just want to remember how fun it is to, you know, storytell and collaborate with a great amount of people and really enjoy and be proud of the work you can look back on. So yeah, that's why I wanted to do it. That, and because you get paid well, so when you get paid well, you can actually live life and you can learn more skills and you can live life and, you know, help others live life as well. Which of course you don't want me to do because that's not your initiative. So until then, Hollywood, I guess this is sadly a goodbye. You know, when I say I've given up on it in the past, it usually is said with one foot in, one foot out, you know? Like, I really don't want to mean it, but in this case, I feel like I have to. And it's sad because I feel like I'm saying goodbye to myself, and I've always wanted to just return to myself, but it's just like, how? So yeah, I gave up on acting officially, so it didn't have to feel like I'm saying I am, but I'm really not, because I'm continuing going to classes, or I'm still finding interest in it, but I'm not going to auditions, I'm not continuing to going to classes, because if I could afford to, I would. If I had access to auditions to be rejected from, I would. Do I have anxiety to show up to auditions where I wouldn't show up and self-sabotage? Of course I would, but would I still show up? Unfortunately, I would, and still fall flat on my face. Sometimes I've had successful auditions, and most times I've had no access to auditions, and if so, outside of school or whatever, I didn't even do it in school when I had access to it, and I should have, but my self-esteem was in the pit. Whereas now, it may still be, but I would feel more confident, and at least my homework behind everything in the craft, and just building creatively in all departments for film and theater. But how that would execute in my own acting, who knows? But again, that's something to explore even further, or return to and find again. But it always just seemed like a hindrance. Like, why even bother when I'm just constantly going to be anxious, I'm constantly depressed, I'm constantly going to be self-conscious. I want to be comfortable on filming with somebody. I don't want to feel like I'm not going to be a partner people can count on. Like, I don't want to feel like anything feels calculated. I don't want to feel not confident in my performance. I don't want to go on to set in a scene and feel just unsure all the fucking time. And I know that's what it is, to an extent, and that's not why I'm giving it up. Like, I still want to continue it regardless of me feeling all those types of shifts. But for me, it's sad, because I feel like it's really saying goodbye to myself, but it's like, what have you been doing though to kind of move closer to that goal? And it's like, well, if I could afford it, if I had the privilege, if I had the accessibility, I would do it. And the online websites for Backstage, Actors Access, I did do one play in the city through Backstage, but that was like, after a whole year of having the subscription, it was just like somebody decided to post, like a student decided to post on there, and that's how I was found, through a self-tape. And I love self-tape, so that's been a great cure, I guess, to the audition in person process, but that's going to be a given anyway. You just have to kind of push through, because that's how it's going to be on set. But for me, I just wanted to be part of a collaborative experience where everyone feels like family. Of course, you don't vibe with everybody on each project, but you get to just tell stories and just see what comes to the surface, in whatever department you're in, or combining everything. Like, it's just hard to describe. You really just have to like go through and experience it. And I probably could speak on it more. I'm better at writing again than speaking, but I do want to improve on that, especially for talkie type vlogs. But me getting to the point, I decided to officially give up on acting. Maybe it's like a secret trick to my subconscious to detachment officially, where it's like, oh, you don't want it anymore? Well, here it is. Divine timing. This was the time. This was the moment. Because wanting is lacking. But it doesn't feel like that. Sometimes I feel like it's coming. Something great is coming. And then other times I'm like, well, it's going to be Christmas again tomorrow. And then the year after, and the year after. So it's like, how long can I live on this earth like this? I can't. With capitalism, with no health insurance, like, the solution would be Europe, universal health care in certain places. If I could work, I wouldn't mind doing the jobs I do here if I knew I would work in a place where there's universal health care and I could afford to live. I could be surrounded by all these types of environments and cultures and countries you can just take a flight or a train into and explore. And that's life, like David Dominique's videos. If I didn't list themes before, that would be theme number 5 or 6. But 7 would be acting. But yeah, so I just kind of wanted to mention or figure out what I'm gonna do with my life now that the hope or the little motivation there was left within me was acting. So yeah, you know, I could have been great at it, maybe not at all, but I feel like I just never would be confident with it or within myself or to be consistent in doing well. So, or maybe I would be great because I'm great at all the jobs I do and I'm just shit in the first 4 months and then I become a pro and everyone loves you. But I don't know about this, but again, it's different. It's a different route. It's not linear, life isn't linear, but it's hard when you don't have access to auditions. Like backstage actors access, I mean, don't get me wrong, a lot of actors, especially who live in New York City, like they've succeeded and they've gotten a lot of work. They've been here for years, continuously take classes for years, still doing jobs for years, but they just haven't done network type jobs. These websites offer the experience, the opportunities, of course, the money, you know, where you can get it. And again, I'm not speaking on everyone's experiences. Like there have been plenty of success stories and plenty not. But for me, I feel like it's just not, and I don't have access to that. I don't even access on how to get an agent or a manager, access to showcases or possibilities for that route. Again, do I do it because my self-esteem and anxiety and shit holds me back from even showing up? Like me even showing up to a hotel today, fight or flight, like what the fuck? That shouldn't have been the case. Like I've been in the city so many times, but even when I was walking in the city, I felt very confident. Like I felt like my life is supposed to be like Damon Dominique's, like travel and vlog, and that's my storytelling, that's my performance for people, like that's my acting. Not that I can't succeed in acting, but acting would have to be divine timing for me. Not saying I wouldn't put in the work, and God, it sucks, because I feel like I don't want to be self-pitying myself or putting myself in a victim mentality or all that shit, but it's like, it's just so inaccessible. It's just so fucking inaccessible. And to those who are economically disadvantaged, it's hard to pursue anything creatively. Unless you have creative pursuits where you could like learn them technologically, like being creative, but you get to learn how to code or edit, design, all that jazz. Like you have tangible stuff to continuously create and look back on. For me, there's no tangible stuff and I don't have those skills, or I don't know how to code to like kind of expand my ability to afford to continue to have like any extent to an acting career or being close to it. You know, I don't want to work service industry anymore. I don't want to work in customer service. I really don't want to return to work, and it sucks because I do like my coworkers, and it's sometimes like it's not that bad, like it's not hard at times, and it's been very accommodating for me the way I get to work, because I do have more freedom and leeway, and they've accommodated to me because I'm like one of the best workers. They don't have to ask me to do things because I'm already on top of things 5 steps ahead of what it needs to be done. Like when I get to that point, everyone loves me and they're always referring me when I leave, the one who got away. And I would love to be that, I guess, in acting, like being successful and knowing I get to be confident walking into every scene and everything. And you know what? Everyone's gonna say, well, you're never confident because you're walking into the truth of the moment. You have to be truthful. So whatever you're bringing to set, you leave at the door. But whatever carries forward that you can incorporate in your work, you thrive and incorporate into your work. And you build off with your partner, and that's how it's gonna be. Sometimes it's just talking and not even doing anything, but just having a camera filming you, you know? And what the camera does adds and creates your performances sometimes. Not saying I would want to depend on that, nor would I want that, but I do appreciate and see that where it shouldn't hold me back from trying, but it just feels so inaccessible. It's just like, it sucks. And I don't know what I'm gonna do because I need to be saving an income so that I can eventually move out of my suburban place with my house, my family, all that jazz, just away from a toxic environment, so I can feel free to do videos more often or to feel alive and be out in the world. So New York City has always been like that for me. I've always been felt happier coming in here. Again, like any place, sometimes places can feel numb. It feels like the same anywhere. Like, why am I traveling to London when it's the same bed just planted on the different gravel on this planet? It doesn't change anything. But sometimes the environment and the people, or just what's around does. And again, you could always narrow it down where my brain does, like, well, you're gonna have to afford to do that. You have to go out in the city. Like, what are you gonna do? You have to spend money to eat, drink, all that jazz. And it's, of course, you need to afford those experiences, but it's like, that's why, like, I wanna work to live, not live to work. No, I wanna live, not live to work. What do the Europeans do? You know, you like get to live. So a walkable city, it sounds like I feel a lot lighter here not being home. So yeah, but can I afford it? Who knows? But as much as I want to leave my job, I don't have another job lined up, and I should literally just leave cold turkey, but I don't want to do that again and not have income growing, you know? And just have my savings just being chipped at. And sometimes I'm like, should I just blow off my savings and just do what makes me feel alive that I want to do? And maybe something will come from that. Maybe a YouTube channel will fly off if I did that, and then the money will come back to me. But I also don't want to risk that, because I spent so much time suffering and saving money that when opportunities do come, I want to feel financially free to some extent. I'm not in that space yet, but I want to feel at least okay, you know? And of course I'm grateful for what I do have in my life, but sometimes it's just like, no, I can't serve people anymore. I can't be in these environments anymore. Yeah, and then Europe, again, like I said, like, could be a great option, but getting a visa, getting someone to sponsor you for work, it's just, everything just seems like impossible. I know it's been possible for people, and a lot of times when I'm watching people who it's been possible for, they have like successful online accounts where they can apply for the self-employed visas to continue to create content and enjoy life and really live, you know, and explore. And that's what I want for myself, I guess, and more, of course, because I do want to give back to the communities, but I'm trying to just like afford myself, afford me to exist, to be alive, you know? So or we end up like in poverty, homeless, and there's so many people who already live in that space, and that's where it's like, there are people out there who could really eliminate poverty and these struggles, low income, all that jazz in between, but they don't. So this is where we are. Capitalism, fucking capitalism. But yeah, so that's where I am, and I know this trip may have helped. Maybe I'll go back on Thursday doing the same shit I do, monotony, and feel numb, but at least I know that I have spent a day off somewhere different and reflecting on all of this and trying to figure it out than being at home in bed just feeling so constricted. I thought there would be more to this video. It was better in mind, you know, the whole set design, what I would speak on, how I would speak on it more eloquently, or maybe I did do a great job so far and I'm just being hard on myself because it just feels like I haven't been including all the details intellectually and meticulously, but yeah, for people to take away from. But I guess it's just like an update with myself. But yeah, so even though I gave up on acting and I guess gave up on traveling or moving to a different country because accessibility, affordability, all that jazz, I can't really leave my job without an income building unless I want a service industry job following it. And other jobs just feel like settling. I'm 26 and I'm gonna be 30 and then 40 and then 50. If I make it out alive for that long, sometimes it just feels easier just to pull the plug. And it sucks to have to feel like you have to bank on divine timing in the universe, like you don't have the power when you do have the power. You are the controller and the player. God. It just, I guess, I don't know. they just say patience, and I guess I just have to deal with that and just bank on patience. But I'm like, I can't do another day. I can't do another day like my life. I can't do another day. I just can't. Even if it's not that bad, it's just not me. And even giving up on acting, it just feels like it was never me. But if you're put into that environment when you get to experience it and excel at it, it will feel like you. And I just feel like I have to give up on it because there's no way. Unless it's divine timing, like in Euphoria, like the actor who plays Fez, he was just walking on the streets in Manhattan and was picked out and was casted in it. Of course he auditioned, but it was his, you know? That type of divine timing, and then your whole career is set off for you, if you're lucky. Of course, I want it to be that, but I don't want it to be like, oh, well, I got to be in a film or a show, but it's okay, like, we watch it, so, like, what's next? Like, I want something that's promising, guaranteed, and it's not that I wouldn't put in the work, because I always would, like, put in the work, you know, just like any other person, but I think I communicated all that I have. I don't even know what time it is, but I am going to continue to drink, eat my cauliflower wings. I may continue to read this book. You know, my goal for this year is just to teach myself how to read. I know how to read, I just don't know how to read at a good pace or to finish books, and I hate that about myself. So I was like, you know what, let me just give a book to be read for the month, and let me do like romantic novels. You know, I love rom-coms, but nothing's serving me. Like, films and shows are not interesting or well written or well done anymore. There are exceptions. Like, I love Insecure. Issa Rae knows how to continue to thrive and storytell, and we've lost a lot of the care to that. And I'm like, you know what, if I'm not even motivated to numb to even watch things anymore, or I've been caught up or whatever, let me try reading, and let me let it be romance and stuff, because maybe that will motivate me to read and enjoy it, and maybe one day write my own stuff. So who knows what the future holds for me. I guess for now it's just trying. Like, I love the people in my life, of course, who bring joy into my life, and you know, all that jazz. But I think for now my goal is just to continue forward and just keep myself existing and alive, and I just don't know what more to do with my life. So yeah, things I would love to do would be, if I could travel vlog, it'd be great at that, and have a style like David Dominique's, but in my own, that's so interesting and entertaining to come back to. I would do that. YouTube, be a YouTuber, that would be a great thing to do. A writer. If I got to spend a year in Edinburgh, I don't know why, but I have this feeling like if I could afford that and write a book or something, or maybe I wouldn't. If I had more, if I was extroverted more, like I'm definitely an extroverted introvert or introverted extrovert, I would want to like experience life more. I'm demisexual, so a hookup culture would love, but I can't do that without emotional connections. And just because you have an emotional connection does not mean you want to be in a relationship with that person. You can still do one night stands. You just need that spark, you know what I mean? And I definitely want more of those experiences abroad. But I know like it really just depends on like what I'm doing, if I'm enjoying what I'm doing. Like, I just want to be excited to go to a place of work that I get to enjoy every single day. Like, I want to feel excited again. I want to feel enjoyment, be happy with where I get to go, and when I get to leave, I know that I get to feel fulfilled and I can afford life outside of that. So I don't know what that's gonna be for me. Yeah. I feel like I'd be more a confident actor if I knew how to sing. And I feel like I convey emotions better when I'm singing, but then how would I know through acting if I haven't, you know, performed in such a long time, especially with partners? And I wish I could afford to go to classes, and I wish I didn't have the the mental illnesses and the shit that holds me back from even showing up. But I always end up showing up with that anxiety regardless. But yeah, so I'm definitely gonna dance and things like that. To be honest, I love a lot of music. Love. But one that made me feel like I want to feel alive again, really just had me show up today in this hotel. Even after paying, I was like, you know what, I don't have to show up. I'll just be short $140. Like, that's a fucking lot of money. That's like literally like a quarter of my paycheck. Literally. So this was literally a chance on myself. But Feel Something by Joshua Bassett. That song, again, I wish I could play it in this video, but that's what really got me to show up today, you know? Just to feel something. I felt cheesy and cliche to say in that tone or in that rhythm or in that key. But yeah, just to feel something. I should move to a place where it's always warm and sunny and, you know, not in America. I don't know, so all I can do now is continue to go to work and survive another week after another. So I don't really see myself, and I don't want to see myself with where I am. Like, I really don't, but I don't know where else I see myself. Like, I don't know what else is meant to happen, but oh well. I discuss it with my shrink inside Franklin Shepherd Inc. Come to the cabaret. Oh. I know it ain't destruction.